Do-Rag Wisdom here, folks, and welcome to Y2K 18.12.31. New Year's Eve, the end of a tumultuous year, a year of agony and fear. And once and for all, ladies and gentlemen, if we are to fight this creep in our lives, this dangerous creep in our lives rationally, we have to understand that we can no longer be afraid to use the term racist Trump terror. We're living in an era of racist Trump terror. I mean, this whole wall thing that he's doing, this is one of his final stands in this war to keep America white, because that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. We have to keep America white. The Europeans, they came in from that time and invaded, took it away from people of color, the American Indians, so-called. I mean, the white people have been trying to run this planet for centuries, and this is the final stand, this wall, he wants to build a fortress around us, keep those terrible, terrible, terrible dark people out of our country. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I see this racist turd for what he is and what he's doing, and is terrorizing us. He's been doing it from day one. He's been doing it since the time he's opened his mouth, since the time he tried to lynch 5 innocent men in the Central Park jogger case. From the time way back even before, when his father was a supporter of the KKK. He was into segregation, didn't want any black people in his houses. I'll never forget the time when this creep won the election and all these white supremacists were standing around yelling, "Hail Trump! Hail Trump!" with a Hitler salute. He didn't disavow that. He never disavowed David Dukes. This creep equated anti-fascist counter-protesters versus these Nazi creeps who he said there was bad people on both sides. This creep has locked up people in concentration detention camps, separated parents from children. What's more Nazi than that? Besides murder, of course, which he's been doing very subtly. Like, how about killing people in custody, these children, having them die in custody? How about that? Or the deaths of close to 2,000 Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico from that Hurricane Maria. That neglect that this racist turd perpetrated on these people, this neglect of his duty, so they could die. And he doesn't care. And many more are probably dying from illnesses related to what happened. Ladies and gentlemen, we can no longer be afraid to use the term racist Trump terror. I see it every day. I see it. The attacks on black people for just walking the street or using a telephone. The constant attacks by police on black people and people of color. Racial profiling. The fact that these racist, hateful creeps are crawling out of the woodwork since this is indicative of what I'm telling you. Do not be afraid to finally say we're dealing with racist Trump terror. And as long as we allow this racist Trump terror to continue in our country, it taints us all. It taints our country. It makes us look bad in the sight of the entire world. And on this tiny little planet, in this massive cosmos that we have to learn to get along with all our neighbors, all the neighbors on this planet. So, as long as we're going to be naked apes, we're never going to get along, right? But we have to start someplace, because too many dictators, too many creeps are rising up. I mean, is it any wonder that Putin and Trump love each other? I mean, how many people of color live in Russia? I mean, it's okay. It's okay to be an immigrant as long as you have white skin. I mean, look at his wife's douchebag parents got to come in without a problem. But this whole thing that's going on right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last stand. I mean, we're in a cold civil war right now, but we're also in this last stand of the white people. The racist white people I'm talking about. In this country and throughout the world. And we've got to stop it. We can't let it exist. We've got to get this creep out of our lives. We have to. I mean, he's waging war on everybody in this country by keeping the government closed. I mean, this may last for who knows how long. And the new Democratic majority that's coming into Congress, they better stand up. They better not back down. But can't forget that we were in the thrall now of racist Trump terror. There are 11 dead Jews from a synagogue in Pittsburgh. Dead. Who are that way because the racist anti-Semite in charge, and I don't care how many Jewish relatives he wants to claim he has now or anything else, he's a racist anti-Semitic creep. He brought out the worst in somebody. He's the anti-Lincoln in that he's bringing out the worst in everybody's natures. Encouraging people, role modeling people to go out and commit murder. Racist, anti-Semitic, hate, murder, all over. So for this New Year's and for the fight ahead, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in not being afraid, to not flinch from saying that we're dealing with racist Trump terror and that we're going to make a pact with each other as patriotic American citizens who want a progressive, humane country, that we are going to band together and make sure that this racist Trump terrorist creep traitor, birther bastard, scumbag, mother effer is legally expunged from our lives. Happy New Year. Safe. Please be safe. Please be healthy. Please keep your eyes open. And don't be afraid to say it. And then get rid of it. Flush it. Racist Trump terror down the toilet of history.